Welcome to the Awesome Pod Mix. You are listening to Abby. The idea behind this podcast was to talk about how certain movies and TV shows made me feel when I watched them for the very first time. A reputed filmmaker once said, when a piece of art invokes a similar feeling amidst a large audience, it's the triumph of the filmmaker. That's the magic of cinema. I love the magic of cinema. Today, I'll be talking about the sixth and the finale episode of Marvel Studios' Hawkeye. Whether Marvel creates movies or TV shows, they are all cinematic. This episode's title is So, This is Christmas, written by Jonathan Igla and Elissa Clement, and directed by Rhys Thomas. This episode opens with Kingpin aka Wilson Fisk's introduction. Eleanor wants to part ways with Fisk because her daughter is getting too close. She had no option but to work for Fisk because her husband owed him a small fortune. She even admits to taking care of her aunt for Fisk. Eleanor is absolutely fearless here. Kate watches the video and is all teary-eyed to learn the truth about her mother. Clint asks who sent her the video. Kate reveals it's Yelena, and it was Kate's mom that hired Yelena to kill Clint. Kate wants answers. She calls her mom but it goes to voicemail. Clint wants Kate to calm down and talk it out. Clint explains the ramifications Eleanor would face for leaving Kingpin's business. Kate wants Clint to go home and be with his family for Christmas. When Clint says, Kate, you're my partner. Your mess is my mess. I got all emotional. Clint finally acknowledges that Kate indeed is his partner. Maya visits Uncle and Kazi. Uncle is wearing his Hawaiian shirt from the Amazing Spider-Man Family Business cover. Kingpin is concerned to see Maya's bruised face. He asks Maya to explain herself. Maya reveals she got off track and is done chasing ghosts. She needs a couple of days to clear her head. Kingpin is upset with Ronin, Clint, Bishop, and Maya. When Kingpin says, Maya turned on us, Kazi says yes. What are you doing, Kazi? Isn't Maya like your family? Kate and Clint are riding the subway. Clint feels sorry that Kate is in a mess. Clint says, we would need a ton of gear and a whole batch of way too dangerous trick arrows. Kate is surprised that Clint can make more. Clint smiles. We have a beautiful montage of the making of trick arrows. We see a red Pym arrowhead that can shrink things. Kate is labeling the arrows and we see some labels lying around, like airbags, flash bomb, and icebreaker. Clint has a box of Stark arrowheads too. Clint imparts wisdom about heroes having to make tough decisions and to be prepared for things that may hurt. Kate reveals how Clint inspired her when she was a little girl. He fought the Battle of New York with a stick and a string. He jumped off a building even though he couldn't fly and had no superpowers. A hero is a person who's brave enough to do what's right, no matter the cost. Kazi is in the sniper position opposite the Rockefeller Center. Kate and Clint enter the Bishop holiday party all dressed in formals. Clint asks Kate to assess threats and assets at the party. Their LARPer friends are the assets at the party. Jack is out on bail and is flexing with a sword, after he's been a suspect for killing someone with a sword. Weird flex, but okay. Yelena enters the party. Kate's mom arrives at the party. Kate reveals Kingpin wants Eleanor dead, so she's trying to save Eleanor's life. She even shows her the video. Eleanor justifies her decision and says that she has everything under control. Clint spots the red laser beam from Kazi's sniper gun. He uses the champagne serving tray to deflect the bullet. Clint instructs the LARPers to get the civilians out of there. Clint runs by the windows and Kazi continues to take shots at him. Eleanor doesn't want Kate to go out because it's too dangerous. Kate rightly points out that it is dangerous because of her mother's actions. Kate wants Eleanor to stay put, but she doesn't listen. Jack wields his sword because he thinks it's his time to shine. Clint goes to the lower level to draw out the shooter. The LARPers kill the lights and save Kate from being shot by Kazi. Yelena heads to the elevators. Kate tries to distract Yelena with her small talk, but Yelena figures Clint is on the 12th floor. Even here, Yelena addresses Kate as Kate Bishop. But when she doesn't want her to board the elevator, she says, No, Kate, stay. Kate still enters the elevator right before it's about to shut. Kate is about to press an elevator button, but Yelena slaps Kate's hand. They get in a minor scuffle as Kate tries over and over again. Finally, Yelena rips Kate's dress, revealing her archer costume underneath. Kate presses all of the elevator buttons. Yelena reacts annoyed. She removes her overcoat and calls Kate Suka, which is Russian for bitch. When the elevator doors open, Yelena runs out. Kate follows her. I love to see Clint in action. He removes his bow tie and takes out his bow and arrows. Kate and Yelena are fighting inside the office of the same radio station we heard in the third episode, informing us how many days are left for Christmas. Today is Christmas Eve. Kate and Yelena have high praise for each other's fight moves and blows. Kate says, "Stop making me like you." Yelena says, "I can't help it. That was really fun." Yelena jumps out the building using her grapple hook. Kate warns Clint to watch out for Yelena. Yelena shoots at Clint, but he dodges. Kate jumps off the building using the same grapple hook. Clint is concerned, but Kate manages to land on her 2 feet. Kate sees and informs Clint about the tracksuit mafia guy's arrival. One of the tracksuit mafia guys thanks Kate for her advice to speak to his girlfriend. Jack joins the fight against the tracksuit mafia guys to save Kate. Clint sets trap for the tracksuit mafia guys and waits to blow them up. Kazi knocks off the blow button. Kazi says he is going to enjoy beating Clint up. Clint manages to get the button back and blows up the tracksuit mafia guys. Clint uses the 5-point wrestling move to knock Kazi out. Clint says, "You were right, Kazi. This was fun." Clint sees more tracksuit mafia guys approaching. He quips, "This is some Christmas." Clint grabs his quiver of arrows, jumps the zip line, and crashes into the Rockefeller Christmas tree. Clint notices an owl hiding in the Christmas tree. It is a reference to the owl found in the Christmas tree at the Rockefeller Center a year prior to the show's release. When Kate inquires where Clint is, he says here, in the tree. When she asks, "What are you doing up there?" he says, "Just hanging out. What do you think?" The LARPers get Kate's gear for her. She instructs them to get the civilians out of harm's way. LARPers feel they need to change into their costumes to be taken seriously. At home, Maya packs her duffel bag. More tracksuit mafia guys arrive at the scene. Kate shoots arrows at them from the first floor toy store. Clint inquires about their backup. The LARPers arrive in their costumes. Clint smiles and says, "We're all gonna die." Kate wants Clint to hang on tight. Clint doesn't want Kate to do anything. He says he would get out by himself and doesn't need any help. Kate doesn't listen as usual. Kate breaks up the zip line and uses acid arrows to bring the tree down. Clint slides out of the tree. Kate swoops in and shoots a bunch of arrows to create a diversion. Clint feels it's too exposed an area. He shoots his electromagnetic arrow and all the guns and other weapons get stuck to the metal poles. Clint hands over a bunch of way too dangerous arrows to Kate, namely Too Dangerous, Sonic, Icebreaker, and Flare. Kate asks, "Is it time?" Clint replies, "It's time. Let's give them hell." They shoot their trick arrows one by one. Luminous arrow, tranquilizer dart arrow, freeze arrow, drone arrow, electrical arrow, needle arrow, and pepper spray arrow. The moment Clint hands over the bow to Kate is the reverse of when Clint took away the bow from Kate. Kate and Clint fight in tandem and shoot airbag and sonic arrow. They knock out most of the tracksuit mafia guys. A Truster Bro van charges into the ice ring. Kate removes the Pym arrow from Clint's quiver to shoot at the van. The van shrinks along with the people inside. Clint didn't ask Scott what would happen next. The owl takes away the Truster Bro van. Clint shoots an explosion arrow without looking. The LARPers find Kate's mom and inform her. She needs to deal with her mom, and just then, Kazi attacks Clint. Clint shoots a wood arrow and another arrow after that, splitting the previous one into 3, taking out 3 targets at once, just like he had mentioned in the 4th episode. Kazi catches the second arrow. Kazi yells, "Nice shot." Clint hollers back, "Yeah, no shit." Yelena appears and pushes Clint along with her back on the ice. Maya skids her bike and takes out 2 tracksuit mafia guys. Maya then fights Kazi. Before Yelena fights Clint, she asks what happened with Natasha. Yes, please, communicate. Communicating solves half the issues and misunderstandings. Clint says, "If I told you what really happened, you won't believe me. What you need to know is, your sister sacrificed herself to save the world. I'm sorry. Yelena says, "You're lying. You're pathetic. You're so pathetic." Clint is not lying. No one would ever believe him if he revealed the true story. Maya doesn't want to fight Kazi. She wants him to leave with her. But Kazi's life ambitions are different than that of Maya's. Eleanor gets in her car but finds the driver dead. Kingpin arrives and detaches Eleanor's car door. Kate comes to her mom's rescue. Kingpin is not scared of any arrows. Kate shoots a grapple hook arrow, but it doesn't work either. Eleanor slams the car into Kingpin. Kazi says Kingpin won't let him choose a different life, and he can't walk in both worlds. Just like Maya's father told her in the third episode. She needs to walk in both worlds. Kazi attacks Maya with Clint's arrow, and Maya accidentally stabs him with it. Kazi tells Maya to leave because Uncle is coming for her. Kate fights with the big guy and shoots an on-to-grabber arrow to block the broken window. Kingpin tosses Kate away like a pizza. Yelena continues to beat Clint to a pulp. Clint is trying to explain that no one killed Natasha. She made a choice. Yelena, blinded by rage, is not able to see the truth. Kingpin takes Kate's quiver of arrows and breaks them. Kate gets a jump on the big guy, but he tosses her away again. Yelena can't bring herself to believe that Clint deserved to be saved. When Kingpin stands amidst the broken arrows, Kate flips Kingpin's cufflink like a coin. The trick arrows activate and fire up one after the other, blowing Kingpin away. Eleanor tries to justify her actions and still manipulates her daughter. She says, "Is this what heroes do? Get their moms arrested on Christmas?" Eleanor is taken away by the police. Yelena removes her gun and is about to shoot Clint. Clint whistles the same secret whistle that Natasha and Yelena had as kids. It's such a genius move from a story screenplay standpoint. It instills this belief in Yelena's mind that Clint must be a really good friend of Natasha's. Clint reveals the story about Natasha and Yelena's separation and the big event in the first half of Black Widow wherein Natasha flies the plane to escape the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. Clint suggests that they need to come to terms with Natasha's death and live with it. It's such a heartbreaking scene. The police look for Kingpin inside the toy store, but he's gone. Maya finds Uncle in the alley trying to flee. Kingpin is surprised to see her. He's more surprised to see a gun in her hand. Kingpin says, "You and I are family." Family. Sometimes family doesn't see eye to eye. Maya shoots Uncle in the eye, and he drops to the ground with a thud. The paramedics arrive at the scene. The LARPers think they are essentially Avengers. When Clint says he's proud of Kate, I had tears in my eyes. This mentor-mentee relationship is everything. It resonates with me the most. Not everyone can be like Clint or Harvey Specter from the TV show Suits. People should take a page out of Clint and Harvey's book and treat their underlings and partners better. It's Christmas Day. Over a snowy road, a car drives through Clint's farmhouse. Clint has brought presents for his family. Clint asks, "You coming?" Kate says, "Yeah, come on, Lucky, let's go." They named it Lucky the pizza dog, just like in the comics. The kids are excited to see Clint keeping his promise and making it home for Christmas. When Clint and Laura hug, you really feel they missed each other. Clint tells Laura that he brought home a couple of strays. Clint hands over the Rolex to Laura. When Laura turns the Rolex, there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. logo with the numerical 19 engraved on it. This means Laura held the title of Mockingbird back in the day. I want to see Laura and Clint's love story and their friendship with Natasha. Kate and Clint burn the Ronin suit together. Kate has thought of a bunch of titles for her. Lady Hawk, Hawk Eve, Hawk Shot, Lady Arrow. The camera shifts focus to the target from Avengers Endgame as Kate and Clint walk back inside the house. Of course, Hawkeye is gonna pass on the mantle to her. Mid-credit scene. The text on the gift package reads, "Happy Holidays from Marvel Studios." The mid-credit scene is an extended cut of Rogers the Musical. I could do this all day. You can listen to the Awesome Pod Mix and subscribe to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. If you like what I'm doing, I'll soon be launching the Awesome Pod Mix page on Patreon, and you can support me there. Thanks.